Welcome back, everyone. If you're looking for a new member of the family, think adoption first at the Harlingen Humane Society. Today we have Kim Warnick, who's here with a couple of extremely cute puppies this morning. Kim, why don't you tell us a little more about these guys?
Okay, these are Chip and Champ, and they're about 10 weeks old. They're Chihuahua mixes, so they're going to stay pretty small. They'd be real good for somebody living in an apartment or in a small home. Real active, still in the puppy stage, so they're going to go through all of the teething and all of the things that we expect from new babies when you bring them home.
They're very tiny, so how big are you expecting them to get after this?
I would expect they're going to stay under 10 pounds.
Under 10 pounds. I was just talking about potty training the puppies. You know, they're in the puppy stage, so you can really get them to do things that you want them to do if you work with them enough.
Absolutely. The more time you spend with them, the better the results are. We do recommend taking them to a puppy class once they've had all their vaccines, teach them a little basic obedience. It makes them really, really great house pets.
How many of these came in the litter?
We just had the 2 boys. They were dropped in our outside cages overnight, and they've been with us for about 2.5 weeks.
Okay, so there's some time to adopt these 2 guys, Chip and Champ, but you have hundreds of other animals over at the Harlingen Humane Society.
We really do. We're coming out of kitten season. We've got about 45 kittens and young cats in, as well as litter after litter of puppies.
And you know, you always say at the spring season, you know, there's love in the air during spring, so typically right after spring into the summer is when you tend to see a lot of these animals dropped off.
We really do, and what people need to realize is they need to be responsible for their pets. We have a low-cost spay-neuter clinic. We have voucher programs available for people who are on assistance, and honestly, it's up to the community to stop all of this constant puppies and kittens, the litters coming in.
Yeah, and you know, if you are thinking of getting a pet, you know, before the school year starts particularly, I know that that's a big time when people try to start something new, start this routine with their kids. What kind of advice do you have for them?
Just be prepared to have the time you need for the pets. Going into kids going back to school and that sort of thing, that requires a lot of attention. And don't buy pets for your kids specifically. You have to be responsible for the animals. Kids are not ready for that responsibility.
What's the adoption fee for dogs, for cats?
It's $100 for dogs, $75 for cats, and that covers their microchip, their spay-neuter, their rabies vaccine, and these guys have had their first 2 puppy series.
Oh, and that's a great deal because all that stuff separately at a vet is very expensive. Thanks so much for being here with us, Kim. The number to call is 425-PAUSE. In the meantime, Action for Sunrise returns in just a couple minutes with TSC here to talk about some degree programs live on Sunrise.